Yeah, Coach, a lot of people were excited after your big win last week. How do you explain what happened out there today?
Yeah, we just had a hard time stopping them in the first half with the combination of Hurts on the gun run game and Howard, and then they made a play deep against us for a big one. We struggled stopping their run, obviously, and they've been running it good against most everybody they play. And we've struggled to stop the run consistently this year. I was worried about that coming into the game, and that proved itself out. And, Hurts scrambling hurt us in the first half. When we rushed 4, we weren't getting enough. And when we rushed more than that, we had some success. Other times we didn't. How what?
How displeased were you with this football team's lack of focus? Is that a fair statement today?
Yeah, I don't think it was a lack of focus. I really don't. I think we were ready to play. We couldn't handle what they do best, which is run the ball with the quarterback being involved with it. In the first half, thought we played it better in the second half. But in the second half, we self-destructed with the blocked field goal and the fumble return for a touchdown.
What was your message now at 5-5 entering the bye week after it's wildly inconsistent, your best game and obviously a very disappointing game today?
Yeah, we've got to learn from this and come back and be ready to play, take each day one day at a time and play each game one game at a time moving forward. But ultimately, we got to learn from it, fix what's fixable, from a learning standpoint, and move forward. We've got to get past this, and we've got 7 big games left, and we need to take each one of them as its own entity.
Hey, Vic, 5 trips inside their 25, 1 touchdown. What could you see on some of the breakdowns, either penalty-wise or what they were doing on defense?
Yeah, we had the one drive got thwarted, because of penalties. I was going to go for it on 4th down on a lot of those, but they never quite got close enough. We just didn't play good in the red zone. Give them credit. The penalties, were on us, but we couldn't make a play down there.
Vic, it's hard to say that a football game comes down to one play, especially with a lot of time left, but how much did the Gordon fumble and return kind of just take the wind out of the sails and seal it, I guess?
Well, obviously it was a big play. We're down there. Even if we get stopped, you hope for a field goal, and you got a 7-point game at whatever point that was in the third quarter, and all of a sudden it's a 14-point game. So it was huge.
Vic, you talked about stopping the run being a struggle for you guys this year. What can you put your finger on in terms of some of the biggest issues that you've had there?
Well, we just haven't been consistent enough. Obviously we've been down. We lost Browning early in the game. So that doesn't help. And then the threat of him pulling it and keeping it, which he did a few times, that affects you too. They have a really good running game.
Hey, Vic, the special teams, things keep happening in that. There was a blocked field goal. What did you see on that, and what do you think of the special teams?
Yeah, I don't think we were solid in our technique between the tight end and the wing on that side.
Vic, what did you think of Teddy's performance today? It seems like he missed on a few throws, and then also the offensive play calling today without Pat. How do you think they did today?
Yeah, I think Mike, as a whole, did good. It was kind of a weird game for him calling plays in the first half. We weren't playing good enough defense. We had that big play to Albert. So it wasn't like we had chance, or we went 3 and out. We were never able to get into a flow offensively from a play calling standpoint. And that's not a knock on Mike. That's kind of how the game went. But I think Mike did a good job.
How about Teddy? How did you think he played?
Yeah, Teddy was like the rest of us. It was inconsistent, but I thought overall he played good enough. We just we needed to make some more plays.
Yeah, Coach, on Slay's fumble return for the touchdown, it looked like Teddy was there to make the tackle and decided not to. Where are you on that?
Yeah, I didn't see it. It was on the other sideline, so I didn't see it. And I just, Dave just asked me about it on the radio. I didn't see it, so I don't have I can't really comment right now. But I know Teddy, if he thought he had a chance to at least throw at the guy, he would have.
Vic, how does the loss, if at all, change the way your week was going to set up, and kind of how's it look with the bye coming up, and how you're going to keep them in the building and stuff?
Well, we're going to do our meetings tomorrow virtually, with this the outbreak of COVID, just extend the safety measures another day. Tuesday was their day off, and then we'll decide on Wednesday based upon how this testing comes out the next couple days.
Do you think the COVID was a distraction for your team and just?
Well, it's a distraction. I mean, there's no two ways about that. We went from 9 weeks of basically, being back to normal, then all of a sudden we were back into last year's mode. So it is a distraction, but that's what this league is, full of distractions, and you've got to overcome them.
Baron Browning left earlier. What's the status with his back? How's he looking?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him or the trainers yet about it. He had an issue with it during the week, came back and practiced Friday. Well, Saturday's walkthrough, he was fine, and then right before the game, he said he didn't know if he could go after pregame. And I gave it a try, and didn't last long.
Vic, quiet day for Sutton and Patrick today. What were they doing coverage-wise from what you could see to maybe take them out of the game?
They rolled up on them some, but we got to make sure we, make every effort to get those guys the ball. Okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you.